All right, Hugh, we'll get back to the Jalen conversation, and it's fascinating to see how everyone reacts to this idea that points should be how we judge the quarterback, not wins. But you think the opposite. We'll keep going with that. But, Hugh, I want to throw a couple Phillies things at you that I've been thinking about. All right, so Phillies win yesterday, and it was good. They needed that one,
nice
right?
win.
I thought it was a sneaky important game to not get if they had gotten swept after the 9-game win streak, Hugh, it would have put a big cloud over that, right? So
no question.
Get out of Seattle with one, move on to the play the Angels this weekend, and I think they'll bounce back this weekend. But, Hugh, 2 things from yesterday's game. Let's start with Bryce Harper, as Jack played us in with Harper yesterday. Had 2 big moments. He had the home run to left field, and then he, of course, had the robbery of Rodriguez with the home run playing right field. Yep. Hugh, I've been thinking about something for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm ready to say it out loud now.
What you got?
Bryce Harper has surpassed Kyle Schwarber as this team's MVP. And I haven't felt this in a couple years. I feel like Schwarber's been this team's MVP for, probably 2 full years now, where I just feel like he's been the more impactful offensive player and he's been their most important player. And Bryce has now, for me, gone past him this year. So Bryce Harper's on-base percentage in August is over 500. If you look at some of his numbers, his on-base is now better than Schwarber. His slugging percentage is almost as good as Schwarber, despite having 13 less home runs. Batting average, way better. More walks, way less strikeouts. He's played every game. He's gone out to right field and played okay out there. And obviously plays first, too. Meanwhile, Schwarber's the DH, who's played just a few games at first base. For the first time in a couple years, I think Bryce has gone back to being what he was for so long. He's the Phillies' most valuable player again. I think it's great to see Bryce play like this. And I think he's surpassed Schwarber. He's the MVP of this team. What do you got?
I don't believe that. I think, with Schwarber having 40 home runs this year, I think he's the guy. And I think when you talk listen, for me, I understand what Bryce Harper means to baseball. That's the reason why they put him in All-Star game. I like Bryce Harper. I like him a lot. But Bryce Harper has been up and down all season long. There was just a few weeks ago, we were talking about Bryce Harper and saying that he was just average at best.
Oh. Well, I don't think
he had a bad August.
No,
that's kind of it.
I think we said not elite, but not average.
He was average at best. It's not elite. It's not where Bryce Harper. That's not his playground.
Well, I agree with you. But there's a difference between not elite and average.
No, I hear what you're saying, but if I would be allowed to finish before y'all jump over me like a bunch of crickets.
No, we don't have that much time.
Bryce Harper was not the guy at the beginning of the season that we thought he was going to be, because we've had conversations all season long about Bryce Harper up and down. Now, he's steadied the ship now, but when you talk about the constant when it comes to the Phillies, it's been Kyle Schwarber.
Well, but I think it's changed. So you're right. Bryce, too, I hear your point on Bryce's season, and he's red hot right now. But Schwarber's fallen off.
Well, he fell off, but he was one of the hottest hitters in baseball.
But isn't that the same as
Bryce is right now?
But isn't that the same as being cold and getting hot? If you're hot and go cold, you meet in the middle.
You know what? To your point, I'll concede that. But the thing is, for me, it feels like Kyle has been more on a steadier course than a Bryce Harper has.
So factoring in for me is that Schwarber's had injuries this year. The back has bothered him. He's missed games.
Back.
I mean, Bryce Harper's played in more games, and I think the outfield move is unlocked this stuff. I mean, they wouldn't have a rise just based on the way they wanted to build the team if Bryce wasn't willing to go back to the outfield. Kyle, what do you think? Schwarber, Harper? I feel like you've always kind of been on the Schwarber. Harper is the MVP anyway. But it wasn't that way for me. I think he's surpassed Schwarber this year.
Yeah, well, there is kind of the simple fact that Kyle Schwarber only plays offense.
Right, totally.
I mean, you only affect the game on one side. Now, it's a huge effect. Like, he has a massive impact, 40 home runs and stuff.
Yep.
And, sure, Harper's been a little up and down, terrible August. But, we're talking over the course of the season, almost a 900 OPS. Mm-hmm. He's hitting a lot more home runs this year. He's leading the majors in walks right now. And also, I'll throw an underrated thing at you, and we all complained about it. Saying we need help. He got us some help.
Well,
it might have pushed Dave to get us some help.
Maybe it did. I think he's the team MVP this year.
Yeah, he's the MVP. Of course he is.
All right, so Hughes out on that one. Let's see if let's see the second one.
Schwarber.
Just because you're both Ohio guys doesn't mean
Ohio,
you have to pick Schwarber. All right, let's see if you agree on this one.
Nope.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. You know what? People think I'm the difficult one on the show.
This is why Joe doesn't want to share his private thoughts on the air,
right.
because you just shut him right down.
This is true.
Really? It sounds familiar.
Well, hold on.
Sounds familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the every once in a while, I share a thought that I'm not sure I should share out loud, and I get, instead of acceptance,
ridicule.
I get ridicule. I mean,
I
did
to be a safe space.
The Tanner McKee thing last December. Bryce Harper, the MVP of the team. I got one more for you.
What you got?
I don't where you're going to go on this one, if you're with me or not. But if, and I think we expect when, the Phillies are in the postseason, I'm handing the ball to Jesús Luzardo in Game 1 of the postseason. He's the Phillies' best pitcher right now. And, guys, I think he has been for a longer time than we even have realized. Because when it first started to happen, it's like, all right, he's
because he was overshadowed by the other two.
Well, right. And obviously Wheeler is Wheeler and has been for all these years. And Sanchez was coming off the heels of a 50-something inning scoreless streak. But here, I'm going to throw some numbers at you. So another good start by Luzardo yesterday in Seattle. If you go from June 10th, right, it is August 27th. We're almost going on 2 full months now. Since June 10th, here are the ERAs for the Phillies' top 3 guys. Zack Wheeler, 4.15. Cristopher Sánchez, 3.84. Jesús Luzardo, 1.90. 4, 3.8, 1.9. It's not even close. Luzardo's been their best pitcher. When the playoffs roll around, I'll just put it this way. If they started tomorrow, there's no question in my mind. I'm handing the ball to Jesús Luzardo. I think he's the Phillies' best pitcher right now. He's the ace.
I can't argue that, Joe. I can't argue that. But we went into this when the season started. Sanchez was your guy. And, Wheeler was having a pretty phenomenal season. Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in. If I feel like Wheeler's going to work his way out of all of this.
But
I really
right
do.
Now
he's not.
Bad.
He's not. But I would think that I would probably go Sanchez first. He'd be I'll give him the ball first.
Well, he's probably been the one the whole year that's had the most steady
year. I'll give it to Sanchez. Maybe Luzardo second, maybe Will's third.
Well, I mean, Wheeler right now has got to pitch better just to make me feel comfortable at all. I mean, I hope he will. I imagine he will. Kyle Luzardo's been unbelievable for 2 months.
I almost think you could really – I don't think there's a losing answer there because let's play out both scenarios, right? You have Luzardo, you win Game 1.
Right, then you go for the kill.
Then all of a sudden you're up 1-0 with your best – I mean, you would think your ace on the mound, maybe not your best pitcher. If Luzardo's Game 1, I'm going to have to assume he's pitching the best at that moment.
Right.
But we've seen Sanchez in those playoff spots. He steps up, maybe he shows up. So you're either up 1-0 with Sanchez or you're down 0-1 and you feel okay because you have Cristopher Sánchez there. But you also kind of what if let's reverse the two. Luzardo's pitching really well. You go down to 0-1 with Sanchez, then you could still throw the guy who's pitching the best out there for Game 2 and you still feel good.
Well, you could. Here's the other thing to factor in. In his career, Sanchez has been great at home, not as great on the road. Luzardo this year has been the opposite. Luzardo is 4.5 ERA in Citizens Bank Park, 1.79 on the road. If we're open up on the road in Wrigley or in Atlanta.
Yeah, that factors into your decision.
I want.
We got Atlanta this weekend, right? Is it Atlanta? No,
next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next
okay.
weekend.
I'm a little week ahead, huh?
Yeah, you're on Labor Day weekend.
Yeah,
we're not there yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
We have the Angels this weekend, and then Arizona, and then we'll come back home and we'll play the Braves a couple times. 215-592-9494. All right, your take on all that? Luzardo Game 1, I'm ready to do it. I mean, a 1.9 ERA with 123 strikeouts in 90 innings since June 10th. It's remarkable. And I think Harper has surpassed Schwarber as the team MVP right now. And Jalen Hurts, is it about wins or is it about points? How are you judging him this year? I feel like I'm speaking a different language.
A little bit.
I actually feel like I'm losing my mind.
But it shouldn't be a different language, right? It's just his quarterback on the offense.
No, it's a different language. There's more to it than that. The minutia.
Should we judge Vic Fangio on wins or points allowed?
All
he does is win.
Vic Fangio is the different position. Defense court, a different position.
Okay.
I just feel like it's going to be harder to judge the quarterback given all the variables in this equation. See what I hit y'all with that?
No,
I'm just going to let that go.
Those words were way too
215-592-9494.
Totally checked
We're
out.
live at